Today, I want to talk to you about the spiritual world or the vibrational frequency that we're on. Hola, my name is Melissa Miranda, and I'm your host here at Miracles Within Us. And I'm excited to be talking about this topic with you today. So, this came up as well as one of my other videos with talking with people and clients, and really seeing that there was this theme about understanding, well, what vibrational level am I on? And also, in other words, what spiritual world am I on? Because there is this correlation between what we call spiritual world and vibrational frequency. Everything is energy. And so I'll be using these things interchangeably because to me, they go hand in hand. And so I'll be sharing that with you here today. So which spiritual world are you in? What vibrational frequency are you on? Right? Where are we? And the way that we note that pretty quickly is just, what am I feeling? What is the primary emotion? Right? So it's like, what is my feelings? What is my primary emotions? What's going on in my heart? What's going on in my mind? What's going on in my body? And all of those things are a really quick way to find out, where am I on the vibrational level, or which spiritual world am I on? And what I mean by spiritual world is the same notion as vibrational frequency, right? Where if you are on the vibration of anger, then that is the spiritual world you're in. And in that world, right? So if you're in the vibrational energy of anger, let's just say that one for instance, right? Then you're in the spiritual world of anger, which means that you are experiencing spiritually as well as physically, emotionally, right? Mentally, the same experience, because we are the mind, the body, and the soul. We are this dimensional being. We are highly multi-dimensional beings, and we have more than one aspect of us. And so it's kind of crucial for us to understand this, because this helps us understand what are we attracting and how to navigate through that, and how to, if we're in a vibrational frequency or a spiritual world that we do not want to be in, how can we get ourselves out, right? This is not about putting blame and pointing fingers. No, let's throw that shit out the door. Sorry for my language, but just want to keep that really clear, okay? And so what I'm trying to explain to you is that if we're, for instance, in anger, what type of spiritual world do you think lives in anger, right? What are the thoughts that come with that? Because the spiritual world is very much connected with those floating, intrusive thoughts, you know? And depending on how you feel about things, I'm just going to share things the way that I know them and the way that they make sense to me, but put it in a way that works for you. Don't dismiss it just because I'm not using the words or the terminology that works for you, because you will miss the point of really understanding this for yourself. And so if I'm in anger, then I'm attracting angry experiences. So I'm going to run into people who are also going to validate my anger in the physical. I'm going to have also experiences in the spiritual, where spiritually, instead of feeling like I have hope and I have faith and I have a direction in life, what you're going to feel is more desperate. You're going to feel intrusiveness. You're going to feel unworthy. And that's the spiritual world we are attaching to. And those are the spirits, the spirit that we're calling into our vibration, into our being, into our essence in that moment. And so I just wanted to make that as clear as I can. Hopefully it did. Right? These videos are unfiltered, and it's for a reason. It's for the reason of being authentic. It's for the reason of really just allowing heart-to-heart connections. And I spoke another video about when you speak from the heart, you touch a heart, and I truly do believe that. And that's why I'm here, because I feel this profound energy, this feeling that a lot of people are going through, and they're trying to come from it from one angle, and maybe they're missing the next angle. And this is not about separating, it's about putting together the resources to elevate to the vibration and to the spiritual world you want to be in, right? If you are in a place of faith, and I'm not talking about faith in religion, I'm talking about faith in life, faith in yourself. You have a belief, a strong sense of self, a strong sense of belonging. You're going to attract energy that is also in that. You're going to attract people who are in that. You're going to attract that experience on a physical, but you're also going to experience that in a spiritual. You're going to feel yourself more calm. You're going to feel your mind more peaceful, because we are mind, body, and soul. We're not just one aspect. I'm not just this physical being, even though that's the primary thing we see, because that is our condition here on earth, is to see this more physical than the spiritual, right? But let me tell you, the spiritual world is really there. And I am sure many of you have experienced this. When you're in a really slumpy place, I'm sure you have a lot of intrusive thoughts that you're like, where did that come from? That did not feel like me. That did not feel like me. Okay? And that is because when you're in a vibrational world, in that vibrational frequency, you're also in the spiritual world that matches that vibrational frequency. And so it is important for us to get to a level where we start to understand that, right? And I'm learning this and I'm sharing it, right? And I'm no expert in it, but I can tell you that as I became more aware around what vibrational frequency I'm on, and becoming aware of the spiritual world that is attached to that vibrational world, vibrational frequency rather said, it has allowed me to work and navigate better. And it's not about anything about manipulating energy. No, that shit throw out the door. Okay, we're not talking about manipulation, because that is a lower energy, and we do not want that here. What we want here is light. What we want is to be our full, authentic self. And yeah, there's moments in time where it's important to express our anger. But let's not live there, because it isn't our truest nature. And the reason why we know that is because it's exhausting. It's tiring, right? Like, we feel super tired when we're angry all the time. We have no energy, no motivation, no inspiration, nothing. We don't like things. Things seem to bother us. We become very irritable. And guess what? Those are all things from a spiritual perspective, because they're attacking our emotion and they're matching it, right? And so I'm saying this in a way for awareness, not to be afraid, not to get scared. No, this is awareness. This is about you becoming more aware around how to interact in this world, because this world is more physical. Is not just physical, it's also spiritual. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, right? We are here just for the experience. So we can't just have and believe that this is all being. There's way more. And so as we are here, it will be so beneficial if we can understand that, because we are a multi-dimensional being. Okay? And so let's get back to the vibrational levels, right? And so I'm not going to give you all the levels. I'm not here to give you all that stuff for this video. If you guys want to talk more about vibrational levels and the spiritual world that gets connected to that, I would love to do a video on that. But that isn't this video. And if you would like that, write a comment below. And like that, I know, put a thumbs up on this video, right? Help spread the word so I can see that that's something you actually want. So coming back to really just the main point of just understanding what spiritual world you're in, what vibrational frequency are you in, and know that that is attached with the spiritual world. And if we can allow ourselves to see that, then we can set ourselves free, because sometimes we get really caught in this, you know, in this space of feeling hopeless or feeling stuck and trapped. And the reason why we may feel stuck and trapped is because we don't have all the tools to get to the next level. And I'm hoping that sharing this information helps you see that there's more factors to consider. So start elevating yourself. Start elevating your spirit, okay? Start elevating your thoughts. Allow your thoughts to be thoughts that support you and your vision. Allow the thoughts to support you, and start working on your prayer life, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do or how to pray, but let me tell you, when you do, and I'm not talking about prayer scripture, I'm talking about having a conversation with the universe, having a conversation with God, like you would with your bestest friend, right? That honest rawness, that's what we need to start doing so that we can understand that there's a spiritual world. And in the spiritual world, there are factors beyond what we have control over, because it is the spirit world, right? And we're in the physical world. So we're in the physical world, right? But we're still being affected by the spiritual world because we are spiritual beings, right? We have a spirit, we have a soul, right? And so because of that, it sometimes we get like kind of all over the place. And what I'm trying to share with you here is that you don't need to be all over the place, right? You can start understanding like there's a little bit more, and praying and having a relationship with the universe, having a relationship with God, right? And I'm not talking about God, a man in the sky. I'm talking about the universe, law, the highest of the highest, the oneness, that one consciousness of God, okay? And I know sometimes people hear the word God and they get totally turned off. It's time for you to heal from that, okay? If things are triggering you, then it is limiting you. So hold on to that. If something is triggering you, it is limiting you. So it's time to start breaking out of that. So we become limitless. We become unbounded, right? And when we become unbounded, unchained, then we can be ourselves. We can be the light that we naturally are, without all of this stuff upon us, okay? So the spiritual world, the way we navigate through that is through praying, is through having a conversation with the universe. It's through practicing our authority. See, we have been given authority, and this authority is through our word and is through our full attention, right? And so for some of us who believe in spiritual warfare, this may be helpful for you, okay? Where this is where you figure out your authority. You have the authority because you are a being of light, okay? You are a being of light. You are a child of God, right? However you put it, same thing. Being of light, child of God, same, okay? And we were given the authority that as we demand, so is, right? We've been given that because we have free will. So we have the authority to say, anything that wishes me harm, may it not come to me, may it fall apart, right? In the authority of the oneness, in the authority of God, right? It is done, right? And I'm not telling you what to believe in. I'm telling you how to navigate in the spiritual world, because whether you want to believe it or not, you are participating in it, because it is all attached and connected. Okay, so this is that time where we stop denying things and trying to be right, and really open ourselves up to really inner standing that there is so much more than what we see with our eyes and can touch and things, right? And I'm sure that if you go back into your own experiences, or to someone who you know, we all know someone who's been through profound experiences that we would call miracles, or we would call like, wow, that was a breakthrough, right? And so those breakthroughs come from really understanding both the spiritual world and the vibrational world, and getting that in alignment to focus on what it is of where we're trying to go, what we're trying to be, who we're trying to be. And the goal should be to be our truest self, right? Our truest, most authentic, light version of ourselves. And so if you find yourself struggling, right, with intrusive thoughts, and you feel yourself like one thing, you do one thing and then a whole bunch of other things fall down, is pray about it, right? And I'm not just saying pray, oh God, take my worries away, and that's it. No, feel into the prayer. Release yourself. Use your authority, okay? Your authority here. You have free will. And because of that, with that comes power, right? And I'm not talking about power like magic wand power, choom, choom, choom kind of power. I'm talking about inner power. I'm talking about wisdom. I'm talking about really understanding everything around us, so that we are not taken out of where we are. And yes, things will happen. We're on this earth to experience an earthly life. Okay? Don't forget that. You're here to have an earthly life. Okay? And it is temporary. And we can navigate it any way we choose to. Okay? And so it is good for us to try to make it the best that we can. And one of the ways that we can do that is by recognizing and understanding and acknowledging everything, that the vibrational frequency and our spiritual world have a hand in hand together. Okay, so start practicing your will, right? Don't give your will to everything in a way, right? Like, don't give your power. Don't feel like you don't have a say. Don't feel that, because you've been given authority. And for some of us, it'll be easier than others. But let me tell you, it is worth the journey, no matter what journey you're on. It is worth the journey to be you, to practice your authority and your free will in a way that empowers you, that moves you in the direction that you want to be in, that you deserve to be in, that you want to experience in, and to move out of the experiences that don't fit you anymore, right? And sometimes that takes making decisions that will seem maybe a little uncomfortable at first, right? Because they're unknown. You don't know what that's going to look like, right? Maybe it's having those conversations with people that you've been avoiding for a really long time. Well, it's time for you to have that heart to heart, right? No matter what someone else's response is going to be, it's better that you know the truth and make decisions from that place than to be in a place where you're constantly trying to keep the peace and people please and feel as if you're not worthy, feeling less than everyone else around you, because you're not. You're not less than. You're an amazing being of light. And I want to see you shine. I am happy to say that I am working on my journey on that. And there's nothing about perfection, right? It's not about perfecting it. It is about allowing yourself to move through it. It's understanding that there's so much more. And and I hope that this was helpful for some of you that may have been feeling a little like, I'm not sure how to navigate myself, you know. And so get yourself in alignment, figure out, where am I, right? And that's so easy to check in. Check in your feelings, check in your environment, check in on the conversations that you're having. Are there conversations that when you are finished with them or during them, you feel yourself going upward in energy? And what I mean by upward is feeling like more and more yourself, feeling less stress, feeling more in joy, less pressured, right? Those feelings. If you're having a conversation and you're starting to feel that pressure and you're starting to feel your body turn in and you're starting to feel your body go down and you start to feel your mind going like more in helplessness, then there's something to look at in that conversation. What in there were you not being authentic? Because in that, then you are knowing where you are in your vibration, right? So just see where you are, and then get yourself to where you want to be. And for some of us, it's going to take a while, but there's resources, and the resources is understanding the vibration and understanding your spiritual world and how to navigate through it. And the physical, you check in, you see your mood, boom, that's telling you where you are. And in the spiritual world, that's you praying, elevating, bringing yourself to your truest light, okay? And that's praying, that's meditating, that's, you know, doing the things that bring you closer and closer to divinity, okay, to the universe and to God. So I hope that this touched you. If you want to talk more, you can book a 30-minute complimentary session with me. I'll have the link below, or you could go to my website, miracleswithinus.com, and it's on the homepage. You could sign up there and be unstoppable. Right, complimentary session. And I would love to speak to you. Remember to trust yourself. Remember that you have authority and you have a free will. Don't ever underestimate the power of that. Don't underestimate the power of healing. Don't underestimate you. You are more powerful than you allow yourself to think. And it's time that you start to really feel that for yourself. So I love you unconditionally. Speak to you soon. Until the next time, God bless.